Hey guys, it's Diana. Welcome back to my channel, and today I want to talk about something pretty important but also kind of different. If you hear jingling in the background, that is Fawn, of course, because I am filming a video. She decided to join me. So I want to talk about rideshare services and being visually impaired. Real quick, I just want to add in that I did a blog post about this. I will leave the link to it down in the description. I like the concept of Lyft and Uber because they are cheaper than a taxi. They're pretty much available in most places that taxis and public transit are not. And some states, like Massachusetts, for example, also have subsidy programs in place where you can get a Lyft or Uber ride subsidized if you are a member of paratransit. So if you have a paratransit access, then you can also choose to have a Lyft or an Uber instead of a paratransit car pick you up. It is a much easier process. However, that process is also sometimes difficult for people with service animals, not just people who are blind, but like anybody with a service animal. Because of the ADA, the drivers do have to transport service animals and their handlers. It is Lyft and Uber's policies that they do so in accordance with the ADA and DOJ service animal laws. However, there are a lot of instances in which a driver will not transport the dog because they don't want to, or they will get into an argument with the handler. I feel very strongly about this issue. You guys know that I previously worked Fawn. She was my guide dog. She is now retired. I personally have never been denied by a driver while working her, but I have been present in other situations where people have been denied. And I once booked a ride for a friend of mine to come to my house, and the driver did not want to take her because she had a guide dog. So he left her out in the cold, in the dark, at the location where she was being picked up, which was very stressful. She eventually got to my house, but then I got slapped with a $10 cancellation fee from Uber, and I had to tell Uber that this was not my fault. The driver actually told me to cancel because he didn't want to take the dog. I was not aware that I would be charged a fee, but I did get the fee reimbursed. I have also heard of people being charged cleaning fees by Lyft drivers, which I think is kind of ridiculous. I'm friends with somebody who used to be a driver for Lyft. They said that they're not allowed to charge cleaning fees for service animals and their handlers. So I don't know how true that is, but I currently have a friend disputing an $80 cleaning fee. The driver alleged that his car was so bad and unable to be on the road that he took it out of service, whereas the photographic evidence he provided did not show any damage whatsoever, just normal wear and tear. And the hairs left behind were on the seat, and they were white, and this person's dog is black. Guide dogs do not sit on the seat. They sit on the floor of the car, and this dog was also a poodle. Poodles don't really shed that much. They're kind of hypoallergenic dogs. I think that it's very important that these companies start to hold these drivers accountable. I know that their policies state that they can terminate the driver for denying a service dog team. I'm not advocating for people being denied right out the gate. I think that there should be a 3 strikes policy in place. I understand that some of it is cultural and just misunderstanding about the laws in terms of like access for service animals, but I think that because they are providing a service, even though it's their personal car, the policies of the rideshare companies say so that they should still transport the service animal and their handler. Unfortunately, this is not a perfect world, and that's not always going to happen. I've heard of people simply not being matched with the driver that denied them anymore by Lyft, but it got to the point where pretty much every driver was denying them a ride, and they kept getting unmatched with so many drivers. I don't know how the system works. This was many years ago, but it's just very unfortunate that this is happening. I just wish that there was some sort of repercussion that could be involved between not being matched and termination. Again, I'm not advocating for termination right out the gate. I think that if it is a consistent problem with the driver, that maybe they should be reevaluated and eventually terminated. If it's just a one-time denial, hopefully the idea is that they would then next time take a service animal team due to the policy that they agreed to when they signed up to drive for the rideshare company, because all of these places have terms and conditions just like any company. I want to hear your guys' opinion. There's also the whole other aspect of being a rider as a woman. Me, myself, I'm a woman. I personally feel uncomfortable getting into an Uber by myself. I wish that I could just choose whether or not I could have a female driver, because I feel like for me that would make me a bit more comfortable. I've heard a lot of stories of women being assaulted and worse by Uber drivers, and it makes me very uncomfortable. I know that's not the case with every driver, but it just makes me feel on edge. I've taken Ubers before, but I've always been with other people when I took them. I don't believe I've ever gotten into an Uber by myself, and that's just because of how things were. I just so happened to be with other people when the Uber was called, or when I called the Uber. I'm not saying I would not take an Uber by myself. I just feel kind of like apprehensive about doing so, and I think that having the option to put a preference in your profile for the sex of the driver would be beneficial, because I know there are a lot of other women who feel this way. I know that Uber has partnered with Ira, and I think Lyft has as well, or Ira has done something where you're able to use an access offer with Ira. Ira is an app on your smartphone. It connects you to a trained employee by Ira who can see and hear things through your phone's camera and speaker, and they're able to give you visual information about what is around you, like a visual interpreter service. With the Uber and Lyft offer, you can have them book a ride for you, I believe, and they will also track your ride for you, like when it arrives to you, and help you distinguish which car is the one that you're supposed to be getting into, as well as to confirm that that is the correct driver and all of that information. So I think that that is helpful, especially if you're blind, or if you're like me, like I can see the colors of cars, but I don't know what car is what. Like I can tell the difference between a van and a sedan, but if it's like a Toyota and a Nissan truck or something, I don't know what the difference is. There are different tools out there like that to take advantage of. If you are a person who's blind, you're also able to share an ETA and route, I believe, with other people in the Uber app. I want to hear your guys' opinion both on the aspect of just like traveling by yourself with the rideshare, if you've done it, if you feel comfortable doing it, as well as the whole service animal thing. I really want to hear your guys' opinions, what you think about the denials, and what steps could be taken to try and mitigate this, and potential other repercussions to be put in place so everybody just kind of has a smoother time. So with that, I'm gonna go. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you like this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.